There are no Blood Wilds in this finals. There are no Mono Rubies. There are no Dreaming Foxes. This is going to be Cassia Golden Light Diamond and Sapphire versus Haraza the Incinerator Diamond Ruby Sockets.
So this deck is basically new this week. New in stock. This Light the Votives PA deck, and it has a very good shot of taking the whole thing down.
Just released, hot off the presses, fresh off the net deck.
Fresh off the net deck. We see a not the best start from Bobinchese here, actually. No troops to trigger the things, but he does have the focus and both thresholds, so it's keepable. And on the other side, we see a Sentry and a Cosmic Shaman and a Guidance, so, you know, both players have hands that need to go somewhere, but they're not mulliganable, really.
Yeah, definitely keepable on both sides, but they aren't the nuts hands. So let's go ahead and get started and see if they become nuts. Diamond on both sides, the shard they have in common. Mattmanhex in main deck has a couple of Martyr. I don't think those stay in the deck, as a deck that tends to go super wide with Candlekin. Martyr is not the best choice of removal options, but can still take out a key piece if needed, transform it into an artifact. Animus of Nulzan on turn 3. Can't currently be dealt with.
Doing some good stuff, though. Shaper comes down and gets a Votives on the board with a double calling this turn, and another Votives ready for the obvious Consult the Talon draw next turn.
And Runebind is active at 0 cost.
There's a couple of Martyrs there in the hand. Goes for the Sentry here. Does he go for the Animus this turn? He does. So he's recognized that he's got a decent amount of damage on board with the Haraza, and is going to try to push it this turn. Runebind on the banner means that no speed this turn. No swing, no speed. But a 4 damage hit from the old Animus is on the cards. We do see Whisper being played.
For 2 resources, drawing 2 cards after a Fate Weave.
And that is a Consult the Talon, though. That's exactly what he was looking for. And there's a whole bunch of 1-cost guys to keep this train going. Heart Whisper's probably not what he was looking for there, but I mean, he's probably happy to wait a turn.
Cassia Golden Light power used for an extra troop. Now, Mattmanhex didn't get a resource. Isn't able to play that Cosmic Shaman. Didn't get his Haraza banner back. Can either hold up a Martyr or Animus of Nulzan. Looks like he will Martyr the Cyclone Shaper. It will get met by Runebind. And Martyr only targets troops, so can't turn a rune into a statue. What are you thinking? Only the Dwarf Shapers can do that.
He knows he's getting it back because he's got that Fate Weave, so he can guarantee that resource draw. Arcane Focus for free now. Just picks up another Runebind. Guidance coming in, bringing out the Focus. Focus, Guidance, Focus. And another Heart's Whisper. We have the Evaporate in hand now as well. Calling. Free calling means that there's a little bit of searching to be done here. And the search brings up a Consult the Talon, which is also free. And that's going to bring up a Light the Votives and a Transmography. So he has all the tools that he wants in life to deal with these things. The Animuses are big. That one isn't big anymore. But it does make spiders, which could prove useful in this game.
Only 2 per turn, though. It's no Tribunal Magistrate. It's got a bit of training to do. The Hatchery Priest.
It's a bit of a dilemma now because you obviously don't want that Shaman there, but you also don't want all the troops having +2, +1/+1. So, yeah.
It's a rock and a hard place situation. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Martyr at all in game 2.
Sia comes down. Whisper's going to try to pick up some more draws, some more combos. And what do we hit? We hit another Shaman. Another 2, actually. And by Shaman, I mean Shaper. But you knew that, of course. Runebind in hand means that they're fairly well protected.
2 Shapers, an army of candles, free things, drawing cards, and adorable candles. What doesn't this deck have? Go Hatchery Priest. Yeah. It doesn't have Fenteo. And it's probably not running L'Oreal Curator and should. It's the only thing that you could do to improve this deck, maybe.
More things, but more things that don't really help the game along here for Mattmanhex. The Martyr is a little bit useless right now. There are 2 Shapers, so taking one of them out doesn't really make a difference. There are about to be a lot more candles than there previously was, so... Yeah, I mean... 2 more charges as well, and that Golden Light is going to make those candles pretty beefy. Psychic Ascension.
Slipping further and further away. No, they won't be beefy. We'll just create just more troops. More and more. Mattmanhex will need some sort of AoE that may or may not exist in this deck right now to take care of things. But now it's Shroud would evaporate. Now an empowered Cyclone Shaper. No way to block flight right now.
-4 cost to all actions. Soon he's going to be able to play Consult the Talon without mobilizing.
These troops will block what they can of the Candlekin. It's not important to keep them up. There are plenty. Push some damage through. The flight is 4 damage. Looks like it will be 9 damage. Mattmanhex at 13 health. Almost even with Paragon of Thought. Bobinchese at 11. But here's the Haraza power. Finally, time in Cosmic Shaman. Prophecies the next troop. With Ruby Things, Swift Strike.
So some seriously big damage on the side of Mattmanhex here, but a lot of chumpers too. None of it's crush.
In fact, a second Haraza power. Evaporate. Brings Cosmic Shaman back to hand. Runebind. And Shroud. To ready another blocker. No, that is not going to be it. Game 1 is going to go to Bobinchese. Mattmanhex down one game. Needs to win one more. One to stay alive. While Bobinchese is one win away from guaranteeing the $500 first place prize. Either way, though, the loser still takes the $250 second place prize. So good stuff being here. I think we can load this next game and see if this can be evened out. All right, Mattmanhex on the play.
Some very, very different cards in his hand. William Rowan, Marta. Marta's still in the deck, which is interesting. And Crackling Magma to kill off the little candles.
To make way for Martyr.
Gotta love that anti-synergy between Marta and Magma here. Make sure you play the Marta first to get all of those candles out of range of the Magma.
I mean, what else do you go? Something quick that can stop the combo in the middle of it. There's not too many options for that in Ruby Diamond.
Yeah, that's true. The lack of quick options, I suppose, is definitely a factor. I guess the answer probably lies in Ruby.
And it's got to be at least 3 damage for 2. Pyro Strike is too expensive. You could risk Pyro Strike at 3, but you on the draw risk being too late.
I did like this. I did like the Scars of War we saw earlier. I will say that the Scars of War seems like a good shout against this matchup if you are in Ruby. Obviously, people weren't really expecting to see this much of Cassia Golden Light today, but I do think Scars of War is a good shout. We saw that actually worked a pretty great effect earlier. It wasn't against Golden Light. It was against the Live Ant candles, but it definitely kills candles, so I think it's pretty decent. Swing here with the Gust Mage as well. He just felt lonely. He thought he'd join his friend there on the attack, but notably, no Animus, no way to really push things through here. We see the Martyr is currently unavailable, and we're about to see Shaper into Votives into Charge Power, and that's going to enable that Consult the Talon here too. So yeah, Magma and Marta both down here, and that's huge because the advantage he can gain here from just being able to go off on this turn is pretty big. He picks up another Votives here, it's quite huge as well. No Votives, but he does get to, at the very least, have a Rune Bind in hand to protect his shop. Yeah, that was a good turn for Bobinchese, and these two answers aren't really gonna deal with the whole story.
Man, Pex picks up MC. Ardent Crusader is becoming a 2-cost. Visage of the Masquerade.
probably not going to see too many Visage of the Masquerade activations in this game.
Needs a 5-cost card to be played in order to summon a Visage of the Masquerade. But it looks like the plan is to do Crackling Magma to take that out to Candlekin, gain a charge, try to mortar the Cyclone Shaper that's met by Runebind. To just shield it. Quick, get in this rune. And it's turned Transmogrifade turns the other troop into a Flickering Gobbler, which has part Sapphire, so is never going to be played again.
Consult the Talon on top. So he's potentially Fate Woven a resource on there for next turn to get that Shaper back, hoping for something probably a little bit better than a Consult the Talon there this turn. What's the cost on the Ascension? How are we doing? Is it time for a party just yet?
Bobinchese is steadily taking damage, though. Cyclone Shaper is back. But Mattmanhex is out of cards. That Gobbler is just going to be a Hand Guardian at this point.
A Hand Guardian.
Yep, keep that hand safe. Nobody's getting close to my hand. Psychic Ascension picked up by Bobinchese. Thunderfield Seer.
No, the Rowan off the top. Not the best draw in the entire universe. And we're getting there when it comes to that Ascension. That's a thing that's going to happen pretty soon.
Slowly heading there to Thunderfield Seer's trade with Visage of the Masquerade. Rowan is still a 5/5.
A 3-cost 5/5, yeah.
3-cost 5/5. Bobinchese is down to 10, but it's time. Psychically Ascend, Bobinchese at 10, and here's where the board gets mucked up.
So, gonna be honest, Suffocate, not the best card to pick up there. It is an interrupt though, which is it's relevant, I'm sure. Like the votives coming off there from the Arcane Focus. Man. So many troops out of nowhere. And yeah, maybe you play the Whisper, maybe you hold up the Suffocate. Either one is a completely and valid choice.
MC pulls an Ardent Crusader off the deck, followed by a Shard draw. Suffocate on Ardent Crusader. We'll interrupt it and put 4 Spiderling Eggs into Mattmanhex's deck. Here we go. We're close to the end. Bobinchese down to 7 health, but has blockers for days. And even with that Cerulean High Guard 2/5 vanilla.
Oh man. The Magistrate just like, hi, remember me from that last match? I just thought I'd come and say hey, see how you doing. Is there an Arendelle Monk in the hand as well? How did the Arendelle Monk get in the hand?
Would have been conscripted? You know what? This is Paragon of Thought. I'm not even sure anymore. Cards are just created, troops enter play. Could be anything at this point.
I mean, it's Diamond, so I guess it must have been conscripted.
It is an Arendelle
Trial
Monk.
of Totems, maybe. Who knows?
starting on that 23 health finally. Takes that long. I mean, not that it's surprising. It is. This is what
Oh.
Diamond Sapphire does. Control the game, survive it, and then beat the
Evidently,
Hand
it was a
Guardians of
moon call
Forgotten.
ceremony that we missed. So that's it. It's over. Bobinchese take in the newly founded Cassia Golden Light deck to the finals and riding it all the way to victory. Congratulations on your $500 win, good sir, and also congratulations to Mattmanhex as well for making it all the way there and winning $250. Both of you put a pretty good showing in today. That was a good day of Hex. I was happy to see something new, something fresh.
This is what metagames do. This is what happens from week to week. A deck becomes popular. A deck is taken to take on the increased presence of that. And I'm sure next week, Cassia Golden Light, Diamond Sapphire is going to be gunned for. So, deck builders, hope you're prepared.